Alright, so here we are. You know, they have, StarStock now has PSA grading. So, again. So you can buy cards and grade them through StarStock. So, I went ahead and deposited a few extra dollars to accomplish what we need to here. But basically, yeah, so here's the information. Submit cards for grading. You can read through this, but basically 20-day service, $30 a card. And this is where it talks about everything. So basically, we're kind of up against a deadline. Tomorrow is the cutoff for the first submission. We want to be in that first submission for StarStock. And yeah, so that's the situation. So we have to figure out who we want to use as our guinea pigs for this first submission. One or two at the most, as far as what I'm planning on grading. Alright, so after thinking about it a little bit more, decided to go with Lonzo Ball. So here's why. I can buy his now for $24. And after that $24, $30 to grade it, you're looking at $54 all in. Looks like the PSA 9, although none have sold. You've got them for sale for $69. Hopefully, I'd like to think that I could get $60 from a PSA 9. Help if I put Prism. That way we make sure we get it. Probably would help if I put in 2017. Looks like I'll get those. Okay. So here's one going for 31. Still got about 45 minutes left. Let's see what these sold are for. And generally eBay, they're going to be lower than StarStock. But that's not cool. Don't love that. $36, but there's one for 52. This one sold for 60. Buy it now. So yeah, I mean, they're kind of going back and forth. I think Lonzo Ball's a good player. I think he's got Zion. They have a new coach. I think the Pelicans are going to be better this year than they were last year. They have some new players. The guy they drafted from Alabama. So I think that the arrow on the Pelicans should be trending upward, which I would assume would kind of raise all ships, including Lonzo Ball. Plus he has the name. So all he has to do is be average or above average. I think his stock's going to go up. So, all that having been said, on top of that, you know, hopefully we can get a PSA 10, and then the latest sale for that's $135. They've got them listed to $229. If I can get, you know, $180, $190 from a PSA 10, in the middle of the year, especially if they're making a run. That'd be great. But just a static analysis of it. You know, if you get a 10, you're good. A 9, you're probably close. You know, this is not generally the person for sure that I wanted to find, but based on the available, it works out. So I'd prefer some sales in the PSA 9 category, but you know, there's only 6 in the vault, so that could be part of the issue there. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy one card at $23.99, and there we go. All right, so also important on StarStock, when you go to do that, go ahead and cancel your other offer. And I'm gonna leave these two because for $3 and some change, I'll still buy those two, especially Bogdanovich. I think that's gonna be. I think he's gonna be a good player. So I wouldn't mind picking up a StarStock A of him. I'm not gonna pay $8 for it. But anyway, same thing with Matisse. Wouldn't hate one for that price. So now we're sitting here, and we're going to go. So the other thing is, I'm going to be a little short now because I paid the extra $4 instead of getting for $20. We'll have to sell something. Okay, so now that we know which ones we want to grade, I'll definitely send in the one. I'm probably going to send in two, the Lonzo and the Terance Mann, just for fun. And for $30, they've already graded it an A. Theoretically, it should come back a 9 or 10. We're not guaranteed that. I can tell you that. But here we go. So we need to fill out the below form. Gotta do it by tomorrow. So there we go. Alright. So we'll use that as my stock email. Alright, so here we go, 2017 to 18, Panini, Prism, base number, and I pulled it up on my other tab here, number 289, Lonzo Ball. And we want to do 2019-20. All right. Alright, so there you go. That is our first StarStock submission. We'll kind of update you through the process, but here we go. Let's see how this works out. Let's go, everybody. Just got an email from StarStock. our PSA submission through StarStock, the first one that they have offered. Our cards were received back, and they are now officially in our account, so I can see what grade I got. So we did get the information about the breakdown on what the cards that they submitted were. So it looks like they were submitted around 11 to 1200 cards, and the breakdowns are as follows. So I think you could only submit a StarStock A, was the only their grade cards that they were submitting, so you couldn't submit a StarStock B or C. So my thoughts initially on this were that, first of all, StarStock was going to be very picky on the cards that they. So, for instance, I had a Lonzo Ball that I submitted, and it was a Lonzo Ball A. I assumed they were probably going to look at the Lonzo Ball A cards that they had and probably pick some of the most mint, Jimmy looking Lonzo Balls that they had in that bucket, so to speak, in order to make sure that their first ever PSA submission through them got a very good gem rate. That was my thoughts. I also kind of thought that PSA would probably lean on, if when in doubt, obviously these are all supposed to be objective, but being that StarStock was the grader, I didn't know if they'd get any favorable treatment or anything like that. I figured the time would be favorably treated, and it was. This was like a 2-month turnaround, and it was submitted 20-day, so super fast turnaround. But as far as the grades, they were not treated well. They got 99% of their cards received an 8 or better. That means 1% received less than an 8. If I submitted a card and it got a PSA 7 for $30, that would be a lot concerning. Even if it got an 8, I would be a little ticked off. So 9s and 10s should be basically all you're getting from this, with a few 8s sprinkled in. They got 74 8s and 15 less than an 8. I'm hoping that those are just older cards. Granted, StarStock only allows cards for current active players, so I'm hoping, but I mean, that could still extend back to 2000. So I'm hoping that those are some really early 2000s or maybe late 90s cards. I think there's still a couple of people that were rookies in '99 that are still active. I'd have to check that, but I'm just hoping that it's just the older cards and they're harder to grade. The ones I submitted are relatively current cards, so I'm hoping that that is going to help make mine either a 9 or 10. If I hope I'm not one of the 74 8s, or God forbid one of the 15 less than 8. But yeah, I mean, even the gem rate. So there's a 40% gem rate on cards that have been pre-screened by StarStock and given a StarStock A grade. That's concerning, and I think it's probably concerning for StarStock for their future. Usually the StarStock A has been trading sometimes above a PSA 9, because for whatever reason people are just assuming, oh, it's a PSA 10. If it's StarStock A, they've already put their eyeballs on it, despite the fact that StarStock has adamantly always held true to the fact that a StarStock A is projected to be 8 or better. Sometimes I think they slip up, and some people have kind of likened that to be, they assume that a StarStock A is a 9 or better. But regardless, it's often trading at a higher rate than the PSA 9s, and definitely at a higher frequency than the PSA 9s. So that's my initial thought on there. Over 600 nines, less than 500, less than 475 tens, 473 tens to be exact. Yeah, so let's get into it. I'm hoping that mine popped tens. Of course, I guess everybody is. So let's go check out and see what we got. The best way to find this, I suppose, is in my collection. Here's my Lonzo Ball, a 9. Golly, that sucks. I know it's a 9. I shouldn't be that upset about it. So the Lonzo Ball, I bought this for $24. And when I bought it, the PSA 9s were listed for sale for $69. They have obviously gone down. Golly. So after paying the $24 to purchase it, and the $30 grading, I'm in this card for $54. And it appears that they are selling for less than 30, less than what I graded it for. And Lonzo had quite a fall in his prices for sure. There had been no sales for PSA 9s when I submitted this, and we submitted back in 12/4, so December 4th. I put mine together, and I think I purchased this one on 12/3, so right before the deadline. Thought he was a good investment. Let's check out the all right, let's see. Okay. So let's kind of we'll chart. So it looks like the PSA 9s are at least, well, but as you can see recently, some of the 9s have fallen below the StarStock A, and I think I think going forward, that may change a lot when they realize that it was a 40% gem rate on the StarStock A's. Yeah, so that is certainly concerning. Ball started out, I think at the beginning of the year, people were getting higher on him. He had a couple of good games, and then all of a sudden had a couple of bad games. Then he got worked by his younger brother when everybody got to see them head to head, basically, when the Hornets took on the Pelicans, and LaMelo just looked better. And I think that probably hurt his stock price. On top of that, the Pelicans have just had a poor season. Zion has looked good. Lonzo hasn't looked terrible, but Brandon Ingram and Zion have been the stars for that team, and I think that's going to be part of the issue there. So it looks like the StarStock took a dive there mid-January for the StarStock A's. Same with the PSA 9s. So it looks like as of January 19th, they had a $60 sale for PSA 9. We'll hold, and hopefully his prices will bounce back up to that $60 range. Again, I'm in this for $54, so if I can get anything over that, that would be great. So if I were to have popped a 10, we'll see what those are looking like here. So the last sale of a PSA 10, 122, although that's not what you're looking for, that's certainly a good return, over 100% return on investment, because if you're in for 54, that's certainly a good return. Didn't work out for me. Yeah, so the thought process kind of backfired there. Did not get what I was hoping to get from that, and part of that's the player. He has not seen some good production lately, and his prices have obviously fallen, and so that's going to play into it as well. A lot of the current players have seen that fall off here lately. So, it's just the nature of the beast. And, we're not hard up for the $54. This was kind of a trial run to see kind of how this is going to work. I think the positive is that, man, it is a quick turnaround. So this was technically the second ever PSA submission that I've done, and it is the first one that I have received back. So I submitted a 20-day through a group submitter back at the end of October, and I'm still waiting on that one to be returned. This one was sent at the beginning of December, so over a month later, and it's already back. So definitely better wait times through StarStock. Wow. Just so yeah, definitely a better wait time, and I think it's a worse gem rate though, because some of these group submitters, you can look at their stats and they have much better gem rates, some over 50%, 60% gem rate for theirs. If you pre-screen them through their services, they'll get a higher percentage gem rate, and it's cheaper. So $30 is kind of the high end for that. Now granted, it looks like you're getting it back within a couple of months, so yeah, 2 months time frame, exactly on the dot. So it's February 4th is today that I'm making this video. It was December 4th they submitted. That was the cutoff for them, for you to submit your forms to them as to what cards you're going to send in. So the Lonzo Ball was the most important one to me that I submitted. I submitted 2. I also submitted a Terance Mann. This card cost me $5.06, and it was one that I just went ahead and submitted as well because I wanted 2, just in case one of them came back a little bit lower. And let's check it out. PSA 9. You've got to be kidding me, man. There's no reason that this should have received a PSA 9. I have not reviewed the card, but if you're StarStock and you're giving out StarStock A's on a 2019 card, golly, how did that get a 9? Well, that's not great. So I'm the only one with a PSA 9. Yeah, and I knew that. So it was a super low dollar card. It was a, oh man. I figured I'd have the only PSA 10 on here. But no, I have the only PSA 9. Yikes. So yeah, I'm in this one for $35.06. And we'll put that one out there. My thoughts with this guy was he's super cheap. Just, bottom of the barrel, dollar bin type guy. $5 for his card on StarStock. But StarStock A's usually, like I said, bring a premium. You can look here. They've got them for sale from $8.75. Offers as high as $3.20. The last sale made at $6. So it looks like, if nothing else, my card has risen. Let's take these B's and C's off. Yeah, it looks like it's risen a little bit. It dropped a little bit too. So there's a $3.15. My sale was done December 7th, probably. There we go, $5.06. That was me. Yikes. So December 3rd, $5.06, right after me. There was a $2.76 sale, but that one wouldn't have been able to make it into the group submission there, and I was trying to get it out by then. This was just a guy I was kind of prospecting on, thought he'd have a better breakout 2021 season. I really haven't followed along since then. I don't know where he stands as far as playing time and how he's doing. I guess I should look it up now that I have a PSA 9 of him. And let's go ahead and offer to sell this card. If anybody wants a PSA 9 of Terance Mann for the Clippers, come on in and check it out. I will sell it to you for $40 straight cash, homie. Alright. So yeah, $35 in it. Maybe I can get $5 out of it. You know what? Let's give a little room. Who cares? It's not like anybody's gonna buy it. I could put it for $450. I don't think anybody's buying it. So yeah, especially with StarStock A's trading at you know, less than $10. But we'll put it up here at $45 and then just hope he has a balling game where somebody wants to come along and snatch that one up. Doubt it. Looks like I'm going to hold on to that one for quite a while. Alright guys, like I said, hope this helps. If you want a quick PSA grading turnaround, certainly you can use StarStock, but not sure on the grades, because I don't know, what to expect. And granted, you should never really expect to get a 10s, but I was thinking that on their first submission they were going to try to get a nice high gem rate to entice people to do it. With them again, doesn't look like that happened at all. So a little bit lower gem rate than, like I said, some of the other group submitters that offer pre-screening services. So we'll see what we do in the future. I'm not sure if I'm going to submit any more through StarStock, because you have to buy them from StarStock usually, because if you're going to submit a raw card to StarStock for grading, you're going to have to wait for them to screen it and enter it into their system. Once it loads onto your portfolio, then you have to submit it for grading, and it's going to take a little while to get done. So yeah, just a little difficult process there to do that. So now you're looking at buying a raw card here to grade it, and you're not looking at it. You're counting on their StarStock A to fetch a 9 or 10, which 92% of the time it's gonna do, at least based on this first return. But most people are wanting that 10. So they were thinking, and my thoughts are that it was previously thought that a StarStock A had a better than 50% chance of gemming, and that's not the case. So it's 40% chance of gemming. So yeah, we'll see what this does to StarStock A prices and PSA 9 prices on StarStock, and then PSA 10 prices on StarStock, and see where that leads. But it's also interesting or difficult to pinpoint exactly what the issues are going to be, because these prices are falling anyway on the super modern stuff. A lot of people are moving to some more vintage pieces, but certain players, they're going to stay high, and you're going to have that. That's going to do it for me, guys. Thanks for checking it out. See you next time.